Good morning. It is the first day of July of 2025. The time is 7:23, a beautiful start here in north central Wisconsin. From our studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street in downtown Wausau, currently sunny skies and 64 degrees. This is the WXCO Morning Report during Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. I am Chad Holmes along with Ian Welsh. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Chad.
Beautiful start here. And one thing I noticed real fast here is, because I know that you probably noticed as well, I think it's the first time in a number of months that one way or another, the roads are completely opened. Not completely open, but open to a certain extent right in front of us, because we here on Washington Street for a number of months, they've been moving down the line here in terms of doing the construction, part of the major downtown construction project. But right here in front of our studio between 3rd and 4th Street, it's been closed for quite a while, but they have one lane that's now open. So we're moving forward as we continue into the summer. Exactly right.
Yes, it is.
How are you doing this morning?
Pretty good. It's a beautiful day. Hey, first day of July, like you said.
Yeah, we're midway.
It's crazy how we're just flying through the summer months.
Midway through the year 2025. Hey, we've been hearing a lot from Pat Kreitlow this morning on the budget deal in the state of Wisconsin. The Assembly and Senate Republicans and Governor Tony Evers have come to an understanding for the new state budget. Today, July the 1st, is actually the start of the new 2-year budget cycle. And there's been a lot that you have to digest. And I've been trying to digest it along with everybody else that has been tuned in with Pat and been looking at some of the press releases that have been put out as well. And just a couple of thoughts here. Number one, I do think there appears to be a lot that is positive about this budget deal in terms of investments, in terms of what we had heard that the Republicans had wanted to cut funding to the universities of Wisconsin system. But in fact, there's going to be an increase. I'm not going to start celebrating and having a parade, because it's roughly a third to a quarter of the amount that the university's Board of Regents had requested of the state legislature. So while yes, it is, I would call it a somewhat significant increase, that is something to be very happy about. It does take special education funding for the Wisconsin public schools in the right direction. It has made a significant increase, moving up to 42% in year one, up to 45% in year two. It's been a very important issue discussed by education advocates, with many saying a significant investment would help alleviate some of the financial stress that schools have faced and ease districts' reliance on property taxes. So that was a positive as well. Child care funding, obviously, has been also one of the major issues that's been discussed. There has been, again, a deal. The child care accounts program will be phased out. That is not good news, but the state will invest $110 million to support directly monthly payments and monthly per child investments to child care facilities for a bridge program. But that also means that this question is going to continue to be, I think, at the forefront of discussions in the next cycle and as we move into the future, because this is an issue that is not going away. But I wanted to mention the tax aspect. And obviously, with Republicans still with significant majorities in both the Senate and the state assembly, that a deal would have to be made. It doesn't mean that you have to be happy with it. $1.3 billion in tax cuts. And again, all in all, considering what it could have been if there had been a Republican governor, it's not as bad as it could have been. But that doesn't mean it's good. True. But it doesn't mean it's good, because basically a big part of the tax cut is going to affect 1.6 million Wisconsin taxpayers, part of a big grouping of within the brackets. But the average cut is $180. And when you look at more than $1 billion in tax cuts, $1.3 billion. Yes, it's nice to say, oh, $180 average. That means those at the higher end of this tax cut bracket, they're going to get a bigger chunk. Those of us at the lower part of it will not see $180.
No.
And in the end, I truly believe, and again, this comes down to political philosophy, that this money would have gone a lot further. And that's what the point is of this surplus, and generally with budget priorities. What way will go the furthest in terms of aiding the average person in Wisconsin's life? And I don't think this average $180 tax cut, and maybe whatever it is, $90 for those at the lower end, maybe lower than that, or the massive amounts that will be further at the top of that bracket. Yes, a deal has to be made. And I do not hold it against the governor that all this money is going into tax cuts, because that's the priorities. That was the number one priority for Republicans, but it doesn't make it a good part of the budget.
No.
That's my point of view, because, you'll spend that a couple of times filling up your gas tank or going to the store. I mean, you could do a lot better by giving it to programs that help great amounts of people in the state of Wisconsin.
For me, I think $180 would be 2 weeks of groceries.
There you go. We're going to talk more about this as we continue here this morning. I know Pat's going to be talking more about it as well this morning, and we're glad you could be with us here on this Tuesday morning. And a beautiful start. It's one of those mornings here during the summer that, when it's 20 below coming up in the winter, remember this kind of morning, because this is a great morning here in the middle of summer.
Makes you feel good.
Exactly. Ian and I will be back at 7:52, but back to Pat Kreitlow coming up after this information update on WXCO.